Welcome back to the Britannia Coin Company. We're a coin dealer based in Royal Wootton Bassett in the UK. With a brand new design coming to our pound coins sometime in 2023, now is a great time to start adding those older designs to your collections. But which of those are scarce, rare and valuable coins? Well, in today's video we're going to be counting down the top 20 rarest old round pound coins. We'll be focusing only on coins that were minted for circulation in this video though. We start with the crowned oak design. This was one of 4 designs putting national floral symbols of each of the 4 parts of the UK within a crown. Now it's worth noting that some of these designs were circulated in multiple years. There is a bit of duplication in the designs, hence we've increased to a top 20 to cover more unique designs in this video. The crowned oak circulated in 1987 and 1992, with 1992 being the lowest minting year, totaling 36,320,487. A rather odd number, but I'm sure there's a reason for that. So if you have one of these, you want it to be from 1992, being a little bit harder to find than the 87 version. So be sure to check the date on the obverse or head side of the coin. In position 19, we see the Royal Shield design. This was minted each year from 2008 until 2015 and makes up a number of our slots in the top 20, so another one you will need to check the year on the coin. In this position, it's the one minted in 2012, of which 35,700,030 were put into circulation. This design was created as a definitive one rather than a commemorative design, and it remained the same for circulation for many years. This became the definitive design in 2008 when Matthew Dent redesigned the definitives into pieces of the shield of the Royal Arms, with the pound coin serving almost as a guide in how to complete the puzzle with the other coins, because it shows the full design on the coin. Down to 18th and we have the Red Dragon of Wales. Again, it was minted in 2 different years, in 1995 and then again in 2000. It is the one from 1995 that you want to find, with a mintage of 34,503,501. As in the year 2000, over 3 times that quantity was minted for circulation. The £1 coin used to have an edge inscription, however, since it was removed and replaced with the 12-sided £1 coin we use today, it leaves only the £2 coin currently in circulation with an edge inscription. On this £1 coin, the edge inscription is in Welsh and it translates as "True am I to my country." Now I won't try to pronounce that in Welsh because it's a little bit tricky. In 17th is the Lion Rampant, which was produced for circulation in 1994, featuring one of the national symbols of Scotland. It was first used by King Alexander II in the 13th century, and the creature was also used on UK shillings as well, which had an English and Scottish variant. There were 29,752,525 put into circulation. Sweet 16 is the Shield once again, although this time it's the coin that was released in 2015. There were 29,580,000 put into circulation in that year, but what's really interesting about 2015 is that this was the year that the Queen's portrait changed from her 4th portrait by Ian Rank Broadley into her 5th portrait by Jodie Clark. With the commemorative 50p's and £2 coins, the 5th portrait went into circulation and the 4th portrait was only put into the coin sets, whereas with the round pound it was the other way round. You would have found the 4th portrait of these coins in circulation, whereas the 5th portrait was only released in sets, making that version of the coin an NIFC, so a really rare version to be found in change because it shouldn't have been out in the wild. 15th place is also the Shield of the Royal Arms as well, albeit the 2009 dated version of the coin. There was a little less of the 2009 version minted, totaling 27,625,600, so there was still a fair few of them about. The Millennium Bridge round pound takes 15th place. It was minted in 2007 and was the final coin in a 4-coin series featuring bridges from all 4 parts of the UK. They were released one a year over a 4-year period. The Millennium Bridge coin represented England, the Forth Bridge for Scotland, the Egyptian Arch Bridge for Northern Ireland, and the Menai Straits Bridge for Wales, together making this 4-coin set. Of the Millennium Bridge £1 coin, there was 26,180,160 produced for general circulation. Next up is again the shield designs for both positions 13 and 12. This is the last time we will see these designs, as these 2 years are the lowest minted figure for circulation. 2011 is in 13th, totaling 3,090,500. And one position closer to our number 1 spot, in at 12th, is the 2013 Shield of the Royal Arms, of which 10,409,501 went into our change. One off the top 10, we have the Crowned Flax. It was part of a set which included the Crowned Oak Tree, which we looked at earlier. Although not rare enough to feature in this video, the other two were the Crowned Leek for Wales and the Crowned Thistle for Scotland. This is another coin which got released in 2 different years, both in 1991 and 1986, with the 1986 being the scarcer of the 2 years, coming in with a mintage figure of 10,409,501. And this is the last coin before we get under a mintage figure of 10 million. We start the countdown of the top 10 with the Crowned Shield of the Royal Arms. It combines a few features which we have seen across the denomination already, with this one being released only in 1988. It was the 6th unique design on the round pound when it was first produced for circulation, having been put into circulation to replace the old £1 banknotes in 1983. There were 7,118,825 of these coins minted for our change. In at 9th position, we have the start of another popular series of coins, the rest of which we will see later in our countdown. This was the City set, with 4 coins in total released over 2 years, in 2010 and 2011, with each of the capital cities of the United Kingdom being commemorated. This one was for Belfast and was released in 2010, and despite being the most common of the 4, it was still a tricky coin to find, with a mintage figure of 6,205,000. We have 8th place now, which is another 4-coin series which we're going to rattle through with the following 3 coins. Each design was minted, as with many of the other designs that we've looked at, to celebrate the different parts of the United Kingdom. They each feature the national flowers of the UK, and this one you can see the shamrock and flax, which represented Northern Ireland. It was released in 2014, the 2nd year of the Floral Emblems collection, and the mintage totaled 5,780,000. 7th position belongs to the Welsh entry in the Floral Emblems series, and sports of course a leek and a daffodil. It was made for circulation in 2013, with a total of 5,270,000 being minted. The daffodil has ongoing significance at the Royal Mint, as they have a wind turbine which produces some of the power for the Royal Mint, which is based in Llantrisant, South Wales. The wind turbine has a green painted stem and the blades are yellow, so from a distance it looks like a giant daffodil. So if you see this giant colourful wind turbine, you know the Royal Mint is close, as when it was first installed it was the only painted wind turbine in Europe. On to 6th place then, and continuing with the Floral Emblems collection, this is the one minted to signify England in 2013 and features the rose and oak branch. The rose was first adopted as the national flower of England after the War of the Roses, with both the House of Lancaster and the House of York using the flower as their own emblem. The House of Lancaster used a red rose, whereas the House of York used a white rose. After the war, the Tudor rose was created by King Henry VII, which featured both colours of the flower as an attempt to unify the previously battling houses. There were 5,270,000 minted for circulation, which means that really it's a tie for 6th and 7th place. Into the top 5 now, and we conclude the Floral Emblems series, having already been through 3 by the powers of deduction, or the powers of reason if you recognise these flowers and which country they represent. We have the thistle and bluebell. This of course represents Scotland, and is our last coin in the countdown to have a mintage figure in excess of 5 million, this time totaling 5,185,000, and it was minted in 2014. In 4th place we have the Royal Arms. This This is another design which was minted for a number of years. It saw circulation in 1983, 1993, 2003, and then breaking the once a decade rule, the last year was 2008. It is that last year which we are interested in, as a mere 3,910,000 was circulated. Now this is a huge reduction on previous years. For instance, the 1983 version, there were 443 million made. In 1983 though, it was the first year of the round pound, making this the first design to feature on this denomination. And 2008, the rarest year of this design, was the last year before the definitive design was changed to the shield of the Royal Arms, which we've seen a few times in this video already. Taking the bronze medal and third place, we return to the UK city set, and will remain in this series for now until the rest of the video. This one was to honour London, the capital city of England. Now that we've seen a couple of them, you can see how the set works. Each unique design features the crest of the city commemorated on the coin, with 3 smaller circles to the bottom, which each contain the crest of the other 3 cities. For the London round pound, only 2,635,000 were minted for circulation back in 2010. Silver medal is awarded to Cardiff, the capital city of Wales, in fact only half an hour away from the Royal Mint's headquarters in Llantrisant. Previously it had been based in London, first at the Tower of London on Mint Street, and then moving across the road to Tower Hill. The site at Llantrisant was set up in preparation for the UK adopting the decimal currency system which we use today. Because more space was needed at the Mint, the government looked at various locations. The then Chancellor of the Exchequer, and therefore Master of the Royal Mint, was James Callaghan, who just so happened to be the MP for Cardiff, so I think we can see why Llantrisant might have had a bit of an advantage when finalising where the Mint was moving to. Of the Cardiff round pound though, there was a total of 1,615,000 minted. So then our last capital city left takes us to Scotland, specifically Edinburgh. This was the rarest of the round pounds minted for circulation over the 32 years that it served as a circulating coin. What was really nice about the round pound coin was the inclusivity of all different parts of the United Kingdom on the various designs. The Edinburgh round pound is also the only one which was circulated with a mintage figure under 1 million. There were only 935,000 put into circulation, so not one you would see often at all. So there we go. If you come across an old round pound coin down the back of a sofa or in an old piggy bank stashed away, you'll know which ones are the rare ones that you want to keep in your collection. I'd love to know in the comments what your favourite design on the old round pound was, whether it's one that's featured in today's video or one that was a little bit more common than the top 20. There's also links down in the description to our product offering if you want to add any of these that you're missing to your collection too. Be sure as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to do and it means you won't miss out on any of our future uploads. We're also on Facebook and Instagram where we post lots of pictures of our coins. We're on Twitter and TikTok. We've got our shop and online store, and I'll see you next time for more amazing coins from the Britannia Coin Company.